Welcome to the artist vlog. I am not the artist, I am her twin. Several weeks ago, I got her a camera to follow her around, so we will know how she created masterpiece out of nothing. In this episode, you will see her preparing for her graduation show. And here's an artist monologue to start the show. Grab your popcorn.
There's I think one more week till I finish all the assignments, and then I guess 2 more weeks till graduation show. I'm still making paintings because it kind of relaxes me. So today's progress is this. And this is my wall right now.
Today is April 4th, and her graduation show starts at May 7th. So she's 1 month away, and you know oil paintings, sometimes if you don't finish them in time, it will be still wet. So let's worry for her a little tiny bit.
I'm not so sure, should I just keep painting or should I start to write my thesis paper? Because I kind of want to paint.
I think you should definitely start to write your thesis paper. And because I'm from the future, I know the one you're just going to start is not going to be shown because it's not finished.
Maybe let's just start a new one and then I can write the paper later. Maybe half an hour more, and then I will write paper. Definitely more than half an hour now, but I'm just going to keep painting. Woohoo!
Allow me to entertain you what's on the counter. On the left hand side, you will see a bottle of vegetable oil. She used it as a medium to clean her brushes, and she refused me to use it for cooking because she said she bought it specifically for painting or brush cleaning. In the middle of the screen, you will see a takeout container. It was very handy for her to clean the brushes and use it multiple times because it was sturdy enough. She didn't use it from takeouts. She bought it specifically from the store, and we have a stack of them at home because she doesn't want to use secondhand food residue container to clean her precious brush. Now I want to bring your attention to the right hand side of the screen. You will see a beautiful vase that was from a charity store, so technically it is also secondhand, but when it comes to beauty, she ignores all the ground rules. And of course you will see a lot of beautiful brushes. Those are also secondhand because she got it from someone who quit painting. And at that time, near the end of graduation, a lot of people just gave up. I hope you are not going to be one of those, Frida. And I think she's pretty certain she wants a career out of this. Okay. Truth be told, it's not shown in the video, but we were trying to find some studios because once she graduated, she probably couldn't go back to painting the school. And the studios we visited, they don't really take care of the oil residue. So I think for future artists, you need to be sure all your chemicals and oil paints are handled in a very specific way, like what she's doing right now. Here comes the next day. She is doing some admin work this day. Instead of painting, she used one of her paintings to create some beautiful business card. We didn't end up using this version of business card because instead of using Canva, we decided to use InDesign to design some printable material. But here's some progress work. One thing slightly finicky is because her painting proportion is not the traditional 9:16 proportion, so she sometimes need to cut off something, and not to mention the bleed line, the cut line. Everything's so confusing if you're not into design. She's just a painter. Later we realized there's one more big obstacle, which is if you're using InDesign, you have to use the social media icon yourself. Canva just give it to you, but you know what? We finally find a way to use Adobe Stock, but you do need to have a license for Adobe Suite. In the meantime, I baked her some bread. It's my first ever loaf. I have to show it to you.
Good afternoon. It is 1 month to graduate. Exact 1 month. I am going to drop off some paintings to U of T. Just remember that I need to make labels for it, so to make their life easier. Professionalism. So many books I need to return before I graduate, so I'm just slowly taking them back to the studio. Then whenever I go for lunch, I just return because it's in the same building. The wall so far, I still want to do more paintings.
Even though the grad show is soon approaching, but the artist still doesn't know which space or which room they will be getting. So she's just playing around with the orientation and the display, and she's trying to squeeze in as many paintings as possible, because if one painting doesn't work for the whole display, she has the option to change it up. As I mentioned in previous videos, she used wood panels from a wall to make some art frames, and the one you're currently seeing serving as a table is the first ever attempt of her panel making. It was awfully bad, but she decided to utilize it as a chair desk. Kind of genius, and we still have that in our home to this day.
Progress. Today I did another layer of this. I would say is maybe 75% done. And then I fixed this painting. If you remember, there were some marks because I was cutting off the edges. Now it's all fixed.
Time flies. It is the final day of this episode, which is Saturday. Usually Saturday is her work day. She works in a gallery, and today apparently it was a reception day, so she was doing those fancy macaron afternoon tea style. There are multiple benefits of working a job, but the main takeaway of this type of work is that we will have fancy food at home going forward. She mastered the skill of making charcuterie board and some fancy afternoon tea, so we can enjoy that at home as well.